The iPhone 6s was one of the best phones in 2016, but how does it hold up in 2019? Let's find out. What's up everybody, I'm Aaron the Tech Guy. Welcome back to yet another video. No. What's up guys, I'm Aaron the Tech Guy, and this is the iPhone 6s. The iPhone 6s was released in September of 2015. Its headline features were the A9, Apple's first dual-core phone chip, 2 gigs of RAM, a new 12-megapixel camera, 3D Touch, and Touch ID Gen 2. It was also the first time Apple put their haptic engine in an iPhone. Oh yeah, they also made the 6s out of 7000 series aluminum to fix the bendgate issue. Reviewers generally liked it.
So the next big upgrade with the iPhone 6s is on the inside, the specs. So when the 3GS first came out, Apple said the S stood for speed. Technically they haven't said anything since then, so I'm just going to assume the S again stands for speed because this phone is insanely fast.
The 6S, on the other hand, is a striking return to form and takes the place of the iPhone 4 as my favorite iPhone yet. This is a device that has so much to offer that Apple didn't even feel the need to draw attention to the fact that it's just about as water resistant as any other phone on the market. It's a device that I feel like you could buy with confidence, knowing that it will last a long time before there is a meaningful reason to need an upgraded iPhone.
The iPhone 6s also destroyed pretty much every single other smartphone out there in speed tests. Actually, it did destroy every single other smartphone out there in speed tests, including ones released over 1.5 years later.
The S8 does manage to keep the counter entry stored in memory, finishing the speed test 14 seconds later with a total time of 2 minutes and 31 seconds, making the winner from 2015 the iPhone 6s.
But now, 3 3/4 years later, how does the iPhone 6s hold up? Has its software updates slowed it down? Is the lack of modern camera features annoying? Is it really worth upgrading to a much more expensive phone now? I would argue that the iPhone 6s has held up incredibly well, and if you're on a 6s, it's probably worth holding onto it for a little while longer. Let's first talk about design. Although it is an almost 4-year-old design, the iPhone 6s still feels elegant and premium. It's made out of 7000 series aluminum, and it feels good in the hand, even compared to the glass backs of phones today. And the only thing about the 6s that would make it feel dated at all are the gigantic bezels at the top and bottom of the phone. And the fact that in 2019, this phone is tiny, with the screen size of only 4.7 inches diagonally. However, if you're like me and you have small hands, having a smaller phone is a godsend in a world where a phone under 6 inches is considered small. Now let's talk about performance. As I mentioned before, the iPhone 6s absolutely blew away all the competition when it came to performance, and it still performs admirably. Apple, hate them or love them, have done an incredible job optimizing their older phones for the newer software. Using the phone still feels as smooth as it did when it came out with iOS 9. And although some apps might load a little bit slower than they would on the 10s, any app that I try to run will run at acceptable frame rates, including heavier apps such as Asphalt 8. The 6s is also getting the update to iOS 13, and there is no sign of it slowing down. Next, the camera. Now we finally start to see the 6s's age. Although the 6s had arguably the best camera in 2015, in 2019 it for sure does not. The 6s has one camera, which wouldn't be the worst thing if it had all the AI features like the pixels of the iPhone XR do, but it doesn't. No special portrait mode for you. I actually don't use that camera on my phone that much because I take all my good shots with my camera, but I have gotten some great shots with the 6s and older phones. However, I did have to put some thought into taking and editing those shots. So if you want a phone with the easiest to use camera like you just point and shoot, the 6s might not be for you. However, if you're willing to put effort into your shots or you don't care about your phone's camera, then whatever. The 6s is not a perfect phone though. There is one problem that might kill this phone for you. Its battery life. It's okay. Actually, it's pretty bad. I can sometimes get through my day, always cutting it pretty close, like at 1%. But if I'm watching a ton of videos or playing tons of games, I definitely will need to charge in the middle of the day. Since I'm usually near a charger, this isn't the biggest deal for me, but for many people, this is a deal breaker. Also, one of my friends gave me his old smart battery case, which although people did rip on it for its terrible design, I personally don't think it's so bad. I think it's the most elegant way to have a battery case. I mean, it integrates with iOS, so it knows when to charge your phone and when not to charge your phone. And I don't think it looks terrible. It also doubles my battery life, so I can easily get through my day without any problems. Conclusion time. The iPhone 6s has held up incredibly well over its lifespan of about 4 years. It still feels premium and speedy, unlike many other Android phones, like the Galaxy S7. The camera is okay, and the headline features like 3D Touch and faster Touch ID are still awesome. In my opinion, this is the best phone for $150 to $250. I only see the 6S getting better with time as Apple adds more software features and continue to optimize existing ones. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. As always, you're watching Aaron the Tech Guy.